Hey folks, today is May the 22nd. It's currently 7:08 in the afternoon. We're going to look at doing our Blue Edge Financial Titan G7 week number 9 update review. In this video, we will be going over the Telegram group because we have several updates from the company. We'll also check on this week's news and also the Facebook group to see if anybody has posted this week so far. It's already after 7 o'clock, so hopefully that's enough time for people to start jumping in and letting us know how they've done this week. All right, so we come over here. The first day of the week was, I think, the 18th. All right, so we can look right here, and as you can see, on the 18th, we had $187 in profit, and by the end of the week, we were up to $245 in profit. So this was actually a really good week in trading. Definitely haven't crossed our previous high here, but hopefully next week we'll get another nice bump up. And as always, we get a nice profitable week, and then we get a little pullback. Nice profits, pullback. This is to be expected. There's no trading system that's going to have no losing days or weeks. So it's not just going to be a straight up movement here. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. I'll jump over to the VPS in a moment, but I really want to show you guys some of the updates that came out this week here. All right, if you guys recall in the previous video, I mentioned that the company was looking into a trailing stop. So I want you guys to see what they mentioned here about that. All right, May 17th, hey Edge traders, as we're prepared for the markets to open in another week of trading, you must be wondering about the new Titan G7 trailing stop update. Since we mentioned it in the announcement a few days ago, we've been doing extensive testing, and as promised, we have updates to report. Initially, we found that indeed the trailing stop did improve results compared to the past several losing weeks. However, as we extended our testing over a longer period of time and a greater sample size of market conditions, we found that the trailing stop actually decreased performance compared to the current version of G7. All right, so basically you guys can kind of get a hint, get an idea of where this is going. As a result of this further testing, we have decided to not release the trailing stop version at this time. All right, we are not ready to completely write off the trailing stop loss theory for G7. That's totally not effective. We will continue testing. All right, in fact, we have a dedicated server that is running a 16-year optimization test that will tell us for sure if there is any trailing stop loss value that could actually improve the current 16-year backtesting results. So that's kind of where we are on that. Let's see if they have some updates on the new Titan that's coming out. In the meantime, our developers are heavily focused on finishing the development of the new Titan G8. That's the first time I've seen that they mentioned the name of the new product. So it is going to be called Titan G8, which will likely have a trailing stop loss included, as well as dynamic take profit and stop loss targets. This means that when the market is volatile, the market volatility is high, the exit targets will widen. When volatility is low, the exit targets will tighten, thus making Titan G7 even quicker to adapt to fast-changing market conditions. All right, so Titan G8 will also will consist of 8 pairs and multiple dynamics, or versions of the software stacked on top of one another, with the goal of diversifying even more and ultimately increasing profitability while also lowering drawdown. Very nice. So let's see if they give us any clue on when this is going to be coming out. All right, good news is we finally developed an ETA for Titan G8. It should be ready by the end of the month, in 2 weeks or so, for live beta testing, which we will test for at least a solid 2 weeks. And assuming all goes well, we're planning on releasing it in about 1 month's time. All right, so that means we're going to have to wait another month for Titan G8 to come out, which is it's understandable. I can understand that they want to test it and make sure everything is good before they release it to us. In the meantime, please understand, no matter what updates or software we release, trading still does require patience and proper mindset. All right. Every week, Tyler has been sharing his Titan G7 results. I'll actually show you guys that momentarily in the Facebook group here. All right. Last but not least, tomorrow we will be releasing a new version of Bank Secret Indicator with push alerts. All right. So for those of you guys that are using that, it's definitely a good thing. And let's see, this update is just about the Bank Secret Indicator. All right, the website's down for maintenance. All right, the website was down and it looks like they discovered the issue. All right, so I think that's everything as far as updates. And this week, when it comes to news, we did have a few high impact news this week. GBP claimant count change. Fed Chairman Powell testifies USD. Australian retail sales. Let's keep on floating down here. All right, unemployment claims out of the U.S. USD flash manufacturing PMI. Fed Chairman Powell speaks. So even with all of these news events, high impact, we were still able to make a nice profit this week. Let's go ahead and jump into the VPS and we'll see exactly what happened there. All right, guys, last week our closing balance was $683. And as you guys can see here, $745.07. So we definitely had a nice week this week. And if we come over here, we can also see that we have several trades open going into the weekend, just like we did last week. So with Titan G7, that should be expected that we'll have trades open going into the weekend. And right now, it looks like we have $16.68 open going into the weekend. All right, let's just take a look here at some of the trades that we took this week. All right, so definitely quite a few nice winning trades here. All right, so that looks very nice. Let's see some of these currency pairs up here. It should say somewhere win rates. I don't have my FX book set up, so it's not going to show us the overall win rate, but we can see the win rate on each individual currency pair. For example, AUD USD is 75%, USD CAD is 51%. It's set up in such a way that if you wanted to, you could check the ones that have a really low win rate and possibly, shut the EA down for those. I personally wouldn't do that because those that are doing really well right now might not be doing so well in the future, and some of the other currency pairs might take over. All right, you can see here historical results, 4 wins, 8 losses. So some are definitely doing better than others, from 75% to 33% right here. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Facebook group and see what other people are doing. All right, let's go ahead and do that so we can make sure we're getting the most up-to-date results here. See the most recent post first. Yes. All right. Here we go. This is something from yesterday. Interested in your thoughts. I did some analysis on the G7 backtest they provided for us. Comparison on the average profit per trade. A lower number would necessarily represent a lower win rate. All right, so this isn't actually showing any results here. Looks like the original Titan came back in the past 2 days. They're actually going to be shutting that down at the end of next week here on Sunday. So I'm not going to concern myself with that anymore. All right, May the 20th. Talk about a few open positions. Definitely did have a lot of trades open up this week, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Why does G7 sometimes buy and sell in the same pair at the same time? All right, so here's Tyler Turner's end of the week updates here. And we can actually check and see his MyFX book accounts. I know last week was a losing week, but we can see if any of his risk settings resulted in a profit. All right, here's his live account, linked to my live G7 account, MyFX book. Wow. So this week, he actually made 8.91%. Today, that's pretty amazing. And he has several open trades as well. I'm just wondering how he was able to get these results for this week in his live account. Let me see what he said here. And that was last week when a lot of people had a loss. All right, let's see here. Second week, default everything, 0.01 to 1,000 fixed lot, then 0.01 to 750. live G7 account, my fixed book. In this video, I give an update on my account, show the 5 demo accounts with different settings, dive into the back tests to put things in perspective. All right, so this week he definitely did significantly better than I did. I wish there was a way to see last week what happened. Let me see here. I know that was May 18th. And let me see here. What was the first day of last week? We might be able to see. So the 11th through the 15th. All right, so there it is right there. May 11th at 37.55%. And the 15th at 30.02%. All right, so he did have a losing week last week as well. But he more than made up for that this week here. So I'll definitely most likely go through this video and see why he did so much better than I and a lot of other people did. All right, let me see 2% risk per trade. Let's take a look at that real quick. Just to see how all these different accounts did. Test 2% risk. This is a demo account. All right, so this one is actually, wow, this week it made 15.55%. It was down last week. You can see here from the 11th through the 15th. So it was down, but it came back and made a nice profit this week. All right, let's check out a few of these here. We'll go ahead and pull up all of them. All right, so again, it looks like he also had losing weeks in all of his test accounts last week. But, man, 23.4% this week, 13%, 6.22%, 0.01 per 1,000, 0.01 per 500, 0.01 per 250. So I definitely want to see. Okay, so he's doing 0.01 per 750, and I'm doing 0.01 per 1,000. So our settings are not exactly the same. And I'm pretty sure his account is definitely larger than my sim account. Let me see where his balance is. Nah, he's 2,102. Let me take a look here. Okay, so yeah, our balance is what? $683. All right. So once we were able to get up into the thousands, it definitely looks like using his settings of 0.01 per 750 is going to be the way to go. And like I said, I'll go through and watch this video and see if he says anything else. Let me see if anybody else commented on the fact that he did so much better than everybody else. Has anyone else put BSI on the BTC USD chart? That's the bank secret indicator. I'm about to jump out of my pants. Let's see. Set her down either H1 or H4. If you entered anything with BTC over the past 2 weeks, you'll immediately see. All right, so this individual must be pretty excited about that. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Is the new EA dropping today? Announcing now. Thanks, sorry, got impatient. Any news on the update before the market opens in a couple hours? All right, guys, you sent out a notification about the update. That's what's meant to be coming this weekend. If it's running late or not coming this weekend, the least you could do is communicate that to us. Okay, so they this is the same day that they actually announced it. All right. Thank you for the update and videos. I'm fine with the periods we already have. Okay. All right, so it looks like that's going to be it. Let me see here. Interesting update. Backtesting showed no improvement over losing weeks. I found the opposite, and I seem to be in the rare few who did not lose money the last 2 weeks by manually placing TS. No, it did show improvement over the past losing weeks, but not over more testing of data. All right, so they're talking about the trailing stop issue. So the G7 has lost money and put accounts into negative. Guys, we got to remember, there is no such thing as an expert advisor that's going to win every day or every week. There are going to be losing weeks in any expert advisor you try. And it also depends on when you actually get started. All right, let's see. So nobody else is really speaking on that. Did you get a chance to upload the detailed back test? And it doesn't look like anybody has really posted their updates here. What's this, May 17th? First day of the week was, what, the 18th? So this was for last week here. All right. So I think that's going to be it for this particular video. Obviously, lots of updates in here in the Blue Edge announcements group on Telegram. And unfortunately, not a lot of people have posted this week's results. We did get to see that one of the individuals who is trading, where is he at here? I think he was up higher. Anyway, one of the individuals that's running it, he was actually able to get some pretty good results last week with his, what was it? I think it was 0.01 per 750. Yep, 0.01 per 750 in the account. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. As you guys can see here, May 22nd. And last week, obviously, he took about a 7% loss. But I'm going to keep this in mind as our account, or maybe when I decide to go live with this, I'll put 2,000 or 3,000 in and just focus on 0.01 per 750 and just let it run from that. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. If you guys have any questions on the Titan G7, don't hesitate to send them my way and I'll try to find the answers. And also, if you want to get more information, you guys can click the link below and you'll be able to go to their website. All right, folks, hope you guys have a great weekend. And the next update review is going to be on May the 29th to close out the month. Take care, folks.